What's up, you guys? UFO Proof here. Well, we started at our new time today. We decided to go at start at like 9 o'clock, or whenever my girl gets off work, because I have to go and pick her up. So, be between like 9 and or whatever. So, but I will put the link in the comment section on YouTube, and we're going to be discussing Vimanas and other chariots of the gods. So any kind of references to UFOs in ancient scripts and ancient texts, like especially in India, in the Mahabharata or the Ramayana or the Puranas or the Bhagavad Gita, perhaps Sumeria and the Vinidad. Let me put the link in the comment section real quick. So if you guys want to chime in on that discussion and you have Google Hangouts, simply come and click on the link next to my name, UFO Proof. What up, Sergeant Shill? What up, Smooth Virus? What up, Paul? What's going on, you guys? Oh, it looks, I already got a hater on here, dude. I love it, dude, because the haters are subscribed to me, dude. That's what my favorite thing about it is. That is so funny, dude. What up, Warren? No volume. Really, you guys can't hear me? What's going on, Jax? Looks like I got sound. Do I have sound, you guys? What's going on, Mark? How we doing? What up, Kane 80? Doing good? You good? All right, that's what I thought. You hear me fine, Smooth Virus? All right, awesome. Oh, good deal. So I figured we would discuss Vimanas and redo 5x5. What is that? 5x5? I have no idea what that means. It's all good. It's fine. All right, excellent, Jax. All right, so the link is up there if you guys want to join, or if not, you can just sit back and listen to me yammer away. But let me see here. All right, Mark, talk to you later, brother. So I have a video uploading to YouTube right now, so I might have some problems with the computer if I just disappear and it just shuts down. Well, you guys know the deal. So crap sucks. So I don't know why that's been happening to me lately, but it's just been shutting down for no reason, just totally cutting out. And like literally my computer is restarting. It starts, it's like, oh, well, we ran into an error and it has to restart and count, and I'm just like, what's going on with all that crap? So I put a thumbs up. No haters here. Awesome. You'll have to forgive me. I've been doing ham radio training all damn day. That's cool, man. All right, Mark, talk to you later, brother. Ham radio training. That's interesting. Can't hear you, pal, so I'm out for now. Catch you on the flip side, fella. Try turning up your volume, brother. See if that helps. Everyone else seems to be hearing it. All right, Warren, we'll talk to you later, brother. What up, Jax? What's going on, buddy? Here's the link for you guys. I know they say that that you guys can't scroll back up and see the link or something after so long. I forget how that works, man, or whatever, but ask me to post the link again. I'm like, why? I already posted it when I first started. And they're like, well, you can't go back up for some reason, so you have to like constantly keep posting it. So I mean, it kind of sucks, but what are you gonna do? Anyway, so when it comes to like Vimana and other ancient craft or whatever, ancient flying devices, I think a lot of people don't really realize that in like the Mahabharata and the Ramayana and stuff like that, when they talk about Vimana, there's these interesting parallels with UFOs because the Vimana isn't like just a flying palace per se. It's also a living entity. You know, it's also alive. So I think that's really interesting because there's a lot of parallels you can draw with modern day ufology and reports of UFOs and some of our beliefs in that the crafts themselves could be alive or could be symbiotes with their pilot. So like one guy said on the Serious disclosure, which he wasn't a big part of or anything, thank God, but he was the only guy I seemed to believe on there, where he said that the craft was like it was like the alien's arm, that you could pilot the craft as easy as you move your arm. That's how like the craft and the pilot were connected somehow. So the craft was a part of him. So it would just move as easily as you move any of your other limbs or whatever, because it was basically a part of the pilot, which I always thought was really interesting. And then because what's going on, Jack the Stripper? How you doing, brother? There we go.
Oh, there you go.
What are you using today? What, you're not on your Samsung, are you?
Galaxy 8 Plus, that's all I have right now, Bo.
What, that's what you're on? Why does your camera look all weird, man?
I don't know. I'm in a hotel room.
Oh, that's so weird.
Been a stressful day.
Yeah, before your camera looked so super clear and the mic was so super clear, and now it looks all like well, bad resolution and stuff. But it's more likely it's probably just because of YouTube and Hangouts themselves.
Well, I have dropped it a couple times. I won't lie, but it's got an outer box.
Oh, it's inside an OtterBox right now?
Yeah, I mean, I keep it. Yeah, when I bought it, I bought the outer box with it, and it just pretty much stays in it. I may need to clean the lens off. To be honest, that may be a reason the camera's not that great. But
it seems like it's the resolution, man. Like you're just getting a bad signal, you know. So maybe
could be.
Maybe if you take it out of the OtterBox, or it could just be Google Hangouts and YouTube, you know. Smooth Virus, too tired after sitting through training since 4 p.m. today. So I'll catch you guys later. Have fun, brother. We'll talk to you later, Smooth Virus. Obama phone camera action. Yeah, right. What's going on, Don John? How you doing, brother? Did you hear? Paul is saying, did you hear that crazy story about U.S. soldiers being attacked by a Vimana in a cave or something? Yes, it was a completely made-up story by that one channel, UFO Mania. They just make up the most ridiculous stories, and UFO Mania is just like the American version of Igor Kran, where they just completely just take anything and just add the most wildest story they can think of to it. You know, what's going on? What's going on, Tony? Doing good? They're saying Don John's saying he has a Red Cross camera. He has a really good. Actually, Jack has a really good camera. He's got the Galaxy S8, the S8 Plus, right? Yeah, that's like the one of the best camera on the market right now, dude. Screw an iPhone 10 or iPhone X or whatever, dude. That thing's a joke. But yeah, dude, that's just like one of the best phones on the market. So this camera's great. I think it's just the resolution from coming in through YouTube and Google Hangout. So
to be frank, yeah, I can agree with the YouTube, and I can hear the delay. But it's the internet that I'm running off the Wi-Fi right now. It is probably pretty shitty. So just to be frank.
You're in a hotel, right?
Yeah. And I got to re-up. I'm going to get my card out here in a little bit and get my data re-up. But this motel's got a a sketchy link, like as far as their internet. So yeah, I can hear myself coming back through your right now, like
Oh man.
seconds later. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's
dude.
probably a little bit of both, but YouTube does suck. I
Oh
do
yeah.
better. I do better through the Hangouts, the Google Hangouts, but YouTube it just does this whine, and
Oh yeah.
it's so aggravating.
Oh, now you're starting to get clear. You see, now your picture looks really clear, man. And it's funny, dude, because like to me, when I'm watching this, I look crystal clear. Like my camera is like the best camera you can get for live streaming on YouTube, you know. And it's both recommended by, you know, people who do Twitch and YouTube for gaming and everything, that this exact camera is like the best one you can get. And it looks perfect to me. But when the video gets produced on YouTube, my camera looks like crap, dude. It's crazy, man. What's going on, Tom? How you doing? DJ Fruit Loops, doing good? Thank you for the thumbs up. Appreciate it. But anyway, I want to get back into this discussion on Vimanas. So like a lot of people don't know that, but the Vimana is also like a living thing. It's like a being. Like a lot of times it'll be like a mix between like an animal and a machine. So it'll be like a mix between like an eagle and a lion, and then like a machine, like a palace. And it's really weird, man. But it's not just a flying craft, but it's also in fact alive. And I think that's interesting that it draws that same kind of parallel with the modern day UFOs, which some people say are in fact alive. And you know, that's the UFO itself is in fact alien. Excuse me. Yes, hybrids, Don John. What do you think, Jack?
Were the Vimanas, doesn't that really come from like India and the Hindu people?
Yes.
Okay, I thought that's what it was. I'm kind of limited on my knowledge on it, but I have studied it a small amount.
So I think it's a really interesting subject. Well, hang on one second. DJ Fruit Loops saying, hi, doing good. Just woke up. Oh, awesome, brother. Thank you for joining us, even though you just woke up. Sergeant Shill saying, I woke up a little bit earlier, been sick all day, and it's my daughter's B-day. Oh, it's your daughter's B-day. Well, tell her I said happy birthday. What's your daughter's name? I'll say happy birthday to her. Oh, I don't know if she should be watching this, but just in case, I'll just say happy birthday. That's awesome. Yes, my little Scorpio.
Scorpio. That's what my mother was. Excuse me, I didn't mean to bust in about.
No, you're fine, buddy. I know you got the delay to kind of work with, so it's kind of hard not to. So it's totally fine. Don't worry about it, man. Okay. I was awake a long time watching the charity event, then crashed. What charity event? Oh, okay. Well, Sarah, late happy birthday. It was over 37 minutes ago. That's right, because on your time difference or whatever. Well, by the time she sees it, you know, if she does, happy birthday, Sarah. Then watching a charity event, then crashed. DJ Fruit Loops, then one you was at earlier. I don't know what that means. The one you was at earlier. What's that mean? DJ Fruit Loops, I don't know. All right. And what was Tom saying? I was gonna make sure to check out the comments. Not Tom saying not much. Moon has been really intense the last few days. That's interesting. You brought that up, Jack. I went outside to fly my drone the other day, and as I got my drone up above the tree line, I could see the moon. It literally looked like a super moon. You know how like when we have the super moons, oh yeah, you know how they're like really close to Earth. I mean, it looks so incredibly huge. It looked bigger than the normal super moons look. I mean, do you know if there's anything going on with the moon? Like, is it supposed to be closer this time of year or something?
You know, I haven't. Normally, I keep up with a lot of cosmology and astro stuff.
Yeah,
but I haven't really checked. It's been a very, very stressful day for me today. I just from the get go. So I'm kind of
Oh man,
this is probably the best time I've had all day today. So I'm glad to be on here.
really? Oh well, good. I'm glad.
Yeah, it's just been one effed up day. Yeah, really bad.
What happened?
You know, I bought a new truck. I bought a '02 Chevy Trailblazer about approximately 2 months ago, and I've done nothing but work on it since.
Oh,
And
are you serious?
I got, yeah, I've got everything. I had everything. It was running so smooth. Everything was great. I went out this morning to go to the store, cranked it up. I mean, it was just skipping bad. Like, oh
Oh,
God, just like not again. And so I'm hoping that all it is I just got some bad gas in it because these newer vehicles, they got all those darn sensors and crap that's not necessary. It's just a money racket. And
oh,
so I'm hoping I just got some bad gas and I put this stuff they call sea foam. It displaces water out of it and everything. I'm gonna burn all that out. But I took it and had the codes ran again today. I had all my codes cleared off, and now it's multiple midnight. I'm like, oh no, not again. So
oh man.
yeah, it's had me on the edge. It's had me on. I spent enough money in this darn thing. I mean, it's a nice vehicle. It's so pretty, but
I know.
everything under the hood is a piece of shit.
Yeah, when you have a
Literally, I mean,
vehicle
it's
giving
just
you a hard time,
it's
man,
ridiculous.
yeah, it can really suck, man. Tom is
Yeah.
saying that there's an FAA cam in Alaska showing a ridiculous moon right now. Sergeant Schill is saying it's crashing into the earth. Didn't you see the video on YouTube? Right? You know, and it's probably by UFO Mania or Igor, right?
Shield said he was calling somebody yesterday. Tell him to get his ass on here. What's he doing?
Yeah. Well, it's late over there right now where he's at,
Well, he's
man.
on the same time zone as I am.
It's like 12:41 or something over there, right?
Exactly. That's what the microwave says. Anyway.
Me and you was talking in a chat at a charity event. No, we weren't. What are you talking about, DJ Fruit Loops? What is DJ Fruit Loops talking about? What do you mean we were talking at a charity event? No, we weren't. Yeah, that's TM Cleanfield Tom is saying it's super orange in Alaska, like that super moon thing. Oh, probably. Sergeant still saying seafoam is bullshit.
Well, that's all I
I don't
had.
know what I've never trusted seafoam from the beginning, dude. You know, I mean,
No.
there's always something, you know, seafoam has always, you know, I've just never really trusted it.
This is the first time I've ever used it, to be honest.
Was in there typing. What are you talking about? DJ Fruit Loops,
What's he
dude,
saying?
you got to get on here with us, man.
Yeah,
What
we
is he
gotta get
talking
it.
about, dude? He is saying that my account, I was in there typing at a charity event. No, I wasn't. What are you talking about, man?
Tell him just get on here for a minute, even if you can't stay long.
Yeah, dude, you should hop on here, dude.
You
know, you don't have to be on camera. You can just use your icon. You know, it's just a picture of that bud, dude. Go to this link and hit Y and select Yakka Northeast and click on the loop button. Yeah, stop posting links like that while I'm doing a live, dude. Jeez, dude. But anyway, over in Porkins charity stream, what are you talking about, man? Is somebody spoofing your account? I maybe, dude. Over in Porkins charity stream, I have no idea what that is, dude.
You know, speaking of the moon, I did notice that it was quite large looking. I don't know if that was just a atmospheric effect or if it's really like perihelion or whatever, you know, the closest point. But I haven't checked lately, but I haven't heard anything about it. Normally I will hear something that's going to be, you know, it varies. It varies from 230,000 to up to around 250,000
Yeah,
miles.
yeah, because it gets closer and further away, you know.
Yeah, it's not completely so. It's slightly elliptical always, but
Yeah,
that's just the way it works. It's been that way
this
for
is
billions of years.
this is blowing my mind that DJ Fruit Loops is saying, "Well, dang, I thought I was talking to you in there. That somebody has spoofed my account
Oh
and
Lord.
have the same. They have the same icon, and they were in there talking with you, dude. Are you serious, DJ Fruit Loops? That is freaking crazy, man. I wonder
I
who
know.
would do that. You know, I got some haters who would love to do that, man. I want to try to look them up. Were they was it a YouTube account? Oh, that's so weird, man.
Somebody
Hey,
jumped on
what's
it.
up? What's going on, Tom? How you doing, brother?
Yeah.
I'm good. I missed what you guys. I just while I was joining the Google Hangouts, missed what you were talking about, this account thing. I just
This
missed the beginning.
somebody check this out, Tom. Somebody named UFO Proof with the same icon was actually talking to our friend DJ Fruit Loops at some charity event, totally pretending to be me, dude.
Damn.
That is fucking, or sorry, freaking crazy,
okay.
man.
That's bullshit, dude.
That's
Yeah,
no, but
man.
that's weird. What charity event? How big was the event? How many people were there?
He's saying it was Sergeant Schill asked him, what is Porkins charity thing? He says it's Porkins charity event. What is that, DJ Fruit Loops? Was it something on YouTube or? Oh, he says, yeah, he already answered that. He said, yeah, it's on YouTube.
We have to see it.
Yeah, what's the name of the channel? What's going on, Jax?
What's up, Jax?
It's an event to raise money for children. Well, that's awesome. But I mean, kind of sucks as somebody with my account with my name.
I found something here
On
called Porkin Streaming Fund. Is that what it is?
It's
GoFundMe?
YouTube and Twitch charity event. What's the name of the? Is that the name of the YouTube channel?
It's not it.
MSGT Porkins, where I seen it in chat. He was telling Porkins to add charity in chat name. What? This is crazy, dude. I gotta go and look this up, man.
Oh yeah, and by the way, I just wanted to say when I put a link in the chat just for everyone who's watching, dude, don't leave UFO Proof's live stream. Just like just go open it in another tab and keep listening. If you want to, but don't leave the live stream. I'm not trying to get anyone to leave the live stream.
Thank you.
I just think it's just like if there's something cool, we could look at it and talk about it. That's the only reason
I agree.
putting it.
Yeah, because I'm about to go look at this right now, man. This is driving me crazy, dude. DJ Fruit Loops, can you send me the link? Do you have me on Hangouts? I wonder if he's on Hangouts. I'm sorry, I know we're supposed to be talking about Vimanas right now, but this has got me going, dude. I'm like, I want to know who the hell is pretending to be me, dude. I'm glad that they were at a charity event and everything, but man, that's weird.
Kyle,
what's up, brother?
don't forget that makes two of us because someone's impersonating me too.
Are you serious?
You were told that the other night, remember? I was on third phase of moon, remember?
No. I mean, that was someone was just saying that it sounded like you.
That's not what I understood.
Yeah, not that they saw your account or anything like that. Like they didn't have your icon and having your name, Paranormal Underworld, but that they were someone who just sounded like you on the radio.
Yeah, he was an excellent.
Oh man.
My thick skin draw. You know, I don't care.
Yeah, you'd be real easy to pick out, Jack.
That's right.
Maybe like, oh, that's the stripper up there, dude.
I mean, for North Carolina, even I'm like beyond Alabama or something. You know, it's just crazy, but it's just I hate, like I tell you, I hate hearing myself on audio.
I know. Why do you
because
always
it
say
just
that? Who cares, dude? You think you sound
Yeah,
like
that's why I say, but I'm intelligent, so that's all that matters to
fine.
me.
I mean, as long as you're talking about intelligent stuff, you know, I mean, if you're talking about making moonshine, okay, well then, yeah, you might not sound like the smartest dude on the planet, but you know, when you're sitting here talking about smart stuff, we're talking about, you know, physics and rockets and UFOs and cool stuff like that and astronomy and stuff. Your accent's fine, dude. I mean, it's,
I mean, I got,
you know,
so I'm straight.
DJ Fruit Loops, look me up on Hangouts, man. It's just straight up UFO proof. You know, what's going on, Shill? Yeah, he's not in his glowing room, so he's all like being quiet.
I'm about to be.
There you go.
Oh,
Oh, he's going to a secret room, dude. Yeah.
I came to get my piece of birthday cake.
Like how he's whispering, everybody. I don't want to wake anyone up, dude. My wife will fucking kill me.
And my audio would probably feel better if I put my earplugs in. So I didn't think about that.
DJ Fruit Loops, you've never used Hangouts? Well, you can go and download it from the Play Store. Also, if you're using Chrome browser, what's going on, Arthur? How you doing, brother? If you're using the Chrome browser, you automatically have Hangouts. So, yeah, dude, if you see that account again, you can let me know, dude. I gotta see this, man. That's just too funny. Anyway, all right, now Sergeant Shill's back in his little Pornhub. We can continue our conversation on Vimana.
I'm in the Jack Shack.
In the Jack Shack. So anyway, now I wonder if when it comes to like Vimana, how many other ancient texts described Vimana, but obviously must have gave it a different name. You know? Like
They did. The ancient Chinese.
What, so like the yellow
dragons.
dragon? Right? So that Emperor Qin, who China is named for, it was claimed that he was born, he came down in a yellow dragon, and the dragon's belly opened up and out walked the emperor. And actually, in fact, when he died, a yellow dragon returned and his belly opened up and he went back inside of the yellow dragon and took off back to the stars. So I mean that's very, what's up? Oh yeah, and you know, and Sasha's mentioned Ezekiel's wheel. You know, you'd have to consider that a Vimana as well, right? I mean, I think that
Yeah,
like
he described it as being like a machine, wheels and wheels, and
wheels within a wheel.
Fire, you know.
Mm-hmm. I really think, you know, it's interesting how they put together Ezekiel's wheel or whatever. The way he describes it, he's so detailed in it, and I don't think there's actually any other story in any of the biblical texts that are so detailed about a single account of anything, you know. And you know, and there's so many cool accounts of stuff happening in the Bible that they say, they're like, oh no, this is like really happened, you know, like. And
hey,
you know,
Kyle.
like, yeah, what's up, brother man?
You know those illustrations of the Vimanas where they have like a cutout where they show like the inside of it? Do you know if those illustrations are like kind of modern representations of what they read in the text, or are they supposed to be pictorial, like visual representations from ancient times? I've seen a lot of those.
They are the ones that you're seeing are from Vimanika Shastra, which is actually written in the 1800s. And so it's not an ancient Indian text, and but they use the text, the descriptions of the Vimana, and draw it to scale. They draw it to, like, you know, to fit exactly what the texts are saying. So, you know, you'll see a lot of times you'll see like a palace with wings on it, and or whatever, you know, and some of them look like, and it's interesting how a lot of them look like modern day UFOs, like the cigar shaped UFOs, but all these Vimanas, it's interesting because a lot of them,
Yeah, they do.
they have like wings and stuff like that. Like, so they're like, well, you know, that's how of course you would fly. You would need wings. And I would think that anyone back then would think, okay, if there's something flying in the sky, that it's got to have wings, except for Vimana didn't have any wings. A lot of them didn't. Some of them did, but certain Vimanas just didn't have wings. So it's like, how did that fly? And then other stuff, and you know, like chariots, when gods would fly chariots in the sky or stuff like that. The chariots didn't have wings. Go ahead.
How about like it's a little off of Vimana, but the Sakara bird, how that was carved, you know, they say, you know, it was all supposed to represent a bird, but no birds have a tail fin that's, you know, vertical.
Correct.
You know, and scaled up, it actually has aerodynamic properties. You know, it's nothing like perfect, but I mean,
yeah, it would fly. Like then they said it could be a modern day glider, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, you know, but to have that concept and that knowledge back then it's like, you know, well, you know, the overused expression is like finding a fighter jet assembled in King Tut's tomb. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's it.
A lot.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, buddy.
A lot of pictures you know, and you know, pictures are pictures. It's no way in representation of what really is or isn't. But they kind of, the ones that I've seen, the images that they try to illustrate, like a step pyramid, kind of like the ones in Mexico and all that. You know what I mean? But not quite the Vimanas, but not the same exact shape. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. In fact, if you look at the temples in ancient India, their temples are in fact shaped just like the actual flying Vimanas. And so like the illustrations that you're talking about, those are shaped like the exact buildings in India you can see today still, you know, that still exist. That architecture, that structure, or that design was like basically the, you know, what a Vimana looked like, except these things could fly. I just find it fascinating that they have these buildings fly without any wings, without any means of visible propulsion. You know, like, so didn't they have a, you know, they had to have some kind of
they emulated the same.
Say it again, brother.
Like emulating the same design patterns.
Yeah,
as they're building. You know, but all that stuff is all, you know, phi and pi and all the, you know, the golden ratios and there it goes again. Here you are seeing these math numbers and everything, you know, being even in Vimanas, you know, golden ratio, pi, phi, you know, the golden angle, all that, you know, mystical math stuff. That's in that much as it is in Egyptian stuff, as it is in ancient Greek stuff. You know, Pelagius or Pelagian theory or whatever. I think it is. I might be butchering the term.
No, yeah, I know. But
you know, that's all relative to, you know, certain numbers and their play with each other and their, you know, like Hamlet's Mill is a book that's all on that. Cox referred to it several times, so has several other people, but he's probably the best known name amongst us anyway. But you know, you can see that these numbers and everything, not only just in the ancient pyramids or in the ancient Atlantean theory, it's also in ancient Indian theory. You know, Vimanas and the Mahabharata and the other one there. I what's the name of it, but.
They got the Ramayana and the Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah, exactly.
The Vedas.
Exactly.
You know, it's going back to the Sakara bird. I tend to think that was a toy. Obviously, it's a little wooden sculpture or whatever. And I wonder if they, you know, if they had any kind of concept of aerodynamics to, you know, to where like they're like, hey, you know, if you had this kind of design, it would fly. You know, I mean, did they ever, you
Upscaling.
know, did they ever build like kites? I
They
mean,
probably did. They
who built the first
probably had a
kite?
lot.
You guys know that?
That I
What's going
don't
on,
know.
Sean?
Probably pretty ancient, you know. But kites are
Hey,
probably pretty ancient.
Tom, can you look that up for us?
Yeah, look up ancient kites or something.
Yeah, who built the first kite?
But you think
Okay.
about all of this, it all comes to these freaking numbers, man. And they're throughout everything. They are throughout everything, and it's really strange. You know,
Well, I think it makes sense that
is that a pure mathematical thing, or is it a pure human construct of it? You know what I mean? Is it
I
really
think
what applies to the rest of the universe, or is it what applies to our ability to perceive or evoke what we can from the universe? You know, I don't know.
well,
It's
I mean,
weird.
I think that it's definitely part of the universe in general. Just the like the numbers, like you know, like the mathematics is like you know, it's a language of the universe. You know, so it's not really a human construct per se, in the sense that well. Yeah, I mean, you can determine certain things through mathematics and stuff like that, and so we know that 1 + 1 is 2. We're just giving it words to help, you know, rough it out. But it all makes sense. It all adds up. So having these golden ratios and these you know these certain patterns that just like make perfect sense. But it's funny, like the ones that are supposed to be the ones that are the most perfect are the ones that don't make any sense, like pi. You know.
The
And
ancient kite report is ready.
I'll go for it, buddy.
Okay, kites were invented in China, and the materials they used were things that were readily available, like silk fabric, high tensile strength silk for flying line. So the first kites were, it doesn't actually say, but it says by 549 AD, paper kites were certainly being flown. It says that they used kites for measuring distances, testing the wind, lifting men, signaling, and communication for military operations.
Wait,
The
read
earliest
that out again. Say that again.
ancient
Wow.
and medieval Chinese sources describe kites being used for measuring distances, testing the wind, lifting men, signaling, and communication for military operations. The earliest known Chinese kites were flat and often rectangular.
For lifting men, dude.
That's what
Yeah.
I keyed in on right there.
Right? You know.
Wow.
What's up, Swaze Vivian? What happened to Sergeant Shield? Did we lose him?
I think he dropped out. Maybe he'll come back.
Yeah, I think he got jumped off,
But
man.
what I was going to say about the Vimana thing,
Mhm.
to my knowledge, it would seem that as far as aerodynamics are concerned, if it was really an alien craft to start with, which is what a lot of people seem to believe, and it was an anti-gravity vehicle, say like they claim the TR-3B and all that shit is, I don't think aerodynamics would matter so much because basically you're creating a bubble around you to travel through
Yeah.
space and time.
Mhm.
So that's I was going to just say that.
Yeah, no, I know. That's true. You know, it makes sense, man. It, I mean,
Could
I
be
think
wrong.
like, oh no, you know, obviously. Sean is saying, giant Chinese lanterns, you know, would have been like what he's saying, hot air balloons.
Hot air
You are
balloon's
the
been
one
around for
that
a while.
DJ'd my brother's, that DJ'd my brother's wedding. I DJ'd your brother's wedding. Are you serious?
How much you pay him to say that?
Who's your brother? Swaze Fabian. I were at my brother's wedding.
I were at. That's great.
Yeah, right.
Family.
Who's your brother, man? And what state was this in?
Zach Fabian.
What state? gotta see this, man.
I could just see you doing like your own version of Wedding Crashers.
Oh yeah, Washington. Who's your brother? Drew Lance. You know, are you serious? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I did that. Yeah, to Carly, Zach and Carly, right? Oh yeah, dude, that's awesome, dude. Sweet, dude. Swaze Fabian, awesome. Well, I'm glad that did his that's so funny, dude.
Small world.
Yeah, small world, man. Definitely, man. Yeah, okay. I know what he's talking about, man. Oh, sweet.
He found you on the bowels of YouTube.
Right. Hey, I knew somebody who came on here one time. They're like, hey man, did you ever play this club in Indiana? And like they knew the whole club and everything. And they're like, I seen you do stand up live. And I was like, yeah, I played that club. And they're like, yeah, I knew it was you. I was like, yeah. It's always funny when
you got booed off and they threw shit at you. Yeah,
they freaking loved me, dude. That crowd loved me, man. Oh man, Paul's saying that TJ Dillashaw and Cody, and they're that TJ knocked him out with a right hook. Are you kidding me? I would have totally put my money on Cody, dude. Dude, I love Cody. I think he's great, dude. And I can't stand TJ Dillashaw. I think he's so annoying. Face Like a Bum is saying, I believe the Vimanas Shastra tablet to be fake, but what do I know? What do you mean the Vimanas Shastra tablet to be fake? What tablet are you talking about?
I didn't know about a tablet. No.
Yeah, what is he talking about? What tablet? You know, Vimanas Shastra is a text. It's a book written in the 1800s.
It was like what, a translation of what they interpreted, right?
Yeah, you know, it was they were interpreting one of their sages or whatever, you know. Oh, that's cool, Swaze. That's awesome, dude. I tell your brother I said what's up, man. Swaze, how long have you been a fan? How long have you been watching UFO Proof?
About 15 minutes.
Nah, I've seen him on here before. Nah, I've seen him on here before, man.
Oh, he must be the guy. He's the guy. I'm real close, motherfucker.
Hey,
that's yeah. That was the title of an email.
Right. Right. What up, Dave? I was a guy in the suspenders. The youngest one is at the wedding. The youngest one at the wedding. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool, man. I totally don't remember you, man, but when you got my brother's wedding. Oh, okay. Awesome. Oh, that's probably where he heard of you.
You banged my girlfriend in the back while I was outside crying in the car.
Yeah, that must have been when he heard of me, you know, because I always like advertise UFO Proof, so I'm always like, you know, on my laptops and stuff like that. I always got the UFO Proof sticker on it and crap like that.
That's cool.
Man.
Well, you gotta push your product, man.
That's right, man. That's how you do it, dude.
Product placement.
Yeah, the writings describing the flying. Sorry, yeah, the writings from the flying machines. Oh well, he says I still have the pic I took with you. Awesome, dude. You gotta post it, man.
Post it up.
That's funny.
Yeah, definitely. The tablets in Abydos, I was meaning. The tablets in Abydos. Oh, okay. So he's talking about the hieroglyphic, the walls at the Abydos temple. What in Dendera? I think it's in Dendera. It shows I'm saying it shows the hieroglyphs. It shows like a helicopter and what looks like a UFO and a tank and a submarine.
Oh,
is that what you're talking about?
The plaster. That's just the plaster. Man.
They're not fake. They're real. But what it is actually somebody trying to put another hieroglyph over top.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And so some, other, kings and stuff would come in and they would like chisel out other hieroglyphs and put their own hieroglyphs in. And so when they did that, it just made it look kind of weird, but
Yeah, and some plaster fell out that they had put in and stuff. That's just all coincidence. Yeah, that's pareidolia.
You like that UFO mug, right, Alex? Isn't that awesome or what, dude? That's right, dude. Cheers, fuckface.
That's what's up.
That was the one I was looking at on that fucking website.
All right, cool, dude.
Mm.
Yeah, I like that, man. Just got noted. Hi everyone. Are you serious? You just now got it? Really? Oh man. All right, Swaze, have fun, brother. Man, see, look at that, dude. He just now got his notification, dude. How long have we been on, you guys?
Say something, Jax.
Keep your mouth shut, Jax. You don't say a freaking word. You're the new QVid.
Something.
You got to give yourself some airtime, man. Get some talking in there, man.
Jeez, dude.
Get you going to get some motivation there and get some videos pumped out on that channel of yours.
Well, I got a question. What type of vehicles would be coming through the sky like that? Why would they look like that? I mean, I think that's just someone's interpretation to begin with.
Oh yeah,
or exactly
more like someone's dream, or like someone's just imagination of what it would look like.
You couldn't take those blueprints and go build yourself a fucking UFO in your backyard. You know what I mean? Like, even if you took all those measurements and whatever, those diagrams and reproduced them perfectly, you're not going to be like, ping, last piece, and all right, let's go. We're going to go travel through time and space. No. It ain't happening.
I mean,
one thing that they do have,
some of them actually look like.
Go ahead, Jax.
Some of them even look like a freaking wagon wheel from the 1800s, 1880s.
Yeah, they really do, man. One of the things I think is interesting are the golden flyers from Peru and from like where else, just
from
like,
South America.
South America. Yeah, I'm trying to remember exactly where they are. Ecuador. But yeah, the little golden flyers. Now they scaled those up to size, and they flew perfectly. They were completely aerodynamic, and looking at the golden flyers, you would think, okay, so are they supposed to represent bugs or stuff like that? Bugs don't have vertical tail fins or whatever. However, fish do. All right, and fish do have what look like wings. All right, and I believe that those golden flyers were not, in fact, bugs, but were, in fact, fish. And maybe the artisan just wasn't the greatest of artists. In fact, one of them, it even looks like
maybe they were fishing lures.
Curly cues around the wing. It has like some like looks like a bunch of number 6s, like right above the wings. I mean, perhaps that's like an illustration of the water that it's flowing through, floating through, whatever,
What if they were fishing lures? Go one step further. Fishing lures to catch fresh fish for the king, so they use gold, as part of their fucking fishing lure. They're about the right size for a fishing lure.
Yeah, they didn't fish with a fishing pole like that, dude. They fished with a net, dude.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I'm just like throwing it out there. You know what I mean? They could be anything. I don't think they, like you said, they don't represent like I'm gonna design this spaceship that I've seen flying around or something.
Yeah, exactly. I think you could copying a fish or something.
Who out of us wasn't a kid and took some household item, right, and pretended it was some kind of spaceship toy or something, even though it was like, I don't know, maybe a cleaning brush that had a weird shape to it or something. You know what I mean?
Shit, I did that today, dude.
I did.
But you know what I'm saying? We took something that was not what it was and pretended like it was like, that's what I'm getting at.
Oh no, absolutely, man. And it's interesting how, like when they find these kids' toys or whatever that that survive from ancient times, like that one I showed on my video about Turkey. Literally, it was like a cart, it It was like a little cart, like a rolling machine or whatever. And it proved without a doubt that that people from Turkey had the wheel 1,500 years before ancient Sumeria existed. So when they say the ancient Sumerians invented a wheel, that's not true. I mean, there's proof right there that because this was 7,500 years old. So that puts it 1,500 years before ancient Sumeria existed, you know? So, I mean, like, you can't say, like, well, you know, still we're giving it to Sumeria. Why? I mean, that proves without a doubt that they had the wheel. And that came on a little toy, you know? And then, like, the Saqqara bird, you know? I mean, that was a little toy. I wonder if they had any gliders that flew back then, or you know, I've heard descriptions, I've heard tales of ancient hot air balloons, but I don't think I've ever seen any actual evidence of ancient hot air balloons. Have any of you guys?
No.
Not that I could think off my head, but I'm sure there are some.
No,
Tom,
there's
what
Saqqara
the-
bird.
Hey, what about the speaking of Saqqara in Egypt real quick, how about
I'll look
that
it up.
latest and breaking news that just popped out that they found that new void, that huge void over the Grand Gallery? What's your thoughts on that?
the huge void over the Grand Gallery. I haven't. I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about, and unless it's on that one story that I did a while ago.
No, this is
I-
late and breaking. Like it's the final results of that muon X-raying of the Great Pyramid, and they found two voids, and one not too big over the entranceway, but they found a large void. They say it's the equivalent size of the Statue of Liberty over the Grand Gallery. It's a
I gotta look this up.
Google, you could YouTube it real quick too, like new discovery at Giza or Giza Pyramid new discovery, and they even have it like laid out in a 3D
All right.
render, computer render, and everything.
Hang on, be quiet for a second. I'm gonna do some new discovery over Grand Gallery of the Pyramid in Egypt.
There you go.
I heard the story.
You heard about it?
Yeah, I heard of it just briefly, but
Yeah,
I
it's
haven't
like
done-
breaking it. Well, not like breaking
Yeah.
it. I mean, like even Egyptologists and everything. It's like an acknowledged thing. It's just been released, like to
Yeah, it's real recent.
Yeah.
There's
I got
kinds
the
of
hot air
voids
balloon
and
report.
tombs and whatnot.
It's
Oh, yeah,
the accumulation
Tom,
of.
Tom, you want to read that out? Hang on, Sergeant. So, Tom, can you read that out?
Yeah, so just also found that the first kites were flown in 500 BC by the Chinese. Now, the people who first people who flew unmanned pre-modern balloons were, you guessed it, the Chinese. And during the Three Kingdoms era, 220 to 280 AD, they used airborne, what we and Kyle call Chinese lanterns for military signaling. These lanterns are known as Chinese lanterns. Then the next time anyone did a hot air balloon was until 1783.
France and shit.
What was the year that the Chinese did the first hot air balloon?
Sometime during 220 to 280 AD.
And was it manned? Do you know?
No, it was unmanned. They were unmanned. And then the first time we have a record of people getting in one is 1783.
And that's France, right?
Yeah. That's the brothers Joseph Michel and Jacques Etienne Montgolfier.
Yeah, it was really basic too. It was like a big like skin balloon, I believe, or canvas or whatever, but it was like very primitive. They built a fire underneath of it to fill it up. It was like built on a platform. They had a fire going underneath it to fill this big balloon up. Well, that was like
they were able to get 85 feet high, only 85 feet high with a tether.
Didn't they have a string, like a rope attached to the ground with some people holding it, and they just kind of like ran around with it?
They couldn't maintain the heat, you know what I mean? To stay aloft, you got to be able to maintain that heat source. With the fire being stationary under them, I could see why 5 feet would be their max height on that initial trial.
I think they had like a little fire built up into the balloon, but it'd be kind of hard to keep feeding it. You could only have so much wood on there, I would think.
That was later, but that initial flight was like I had described it from the woodcut and the artist renditions that I've seen of it. I could be wrong though, but That's like I said, that's the artist renditions and stuff I saw, because they didn't have photographs back then. It was all woodcut
Yeah.
and pictures drawn, you know. But yeah, that void.
I'm gonna read this
yeah.
out real quick. So this is
Yeah, I'm gonna
that
mute
story
out.
that what he's talking about, the mysterious void discovered in Egypt's Great Pyramid. Egypt's Great Pyramid of Giza, one of the wonders of the ancient world and a dazzling feat of architectural genius, contains a hidden void at least 100 feet long, scientists announced on Thursday. The space's dimensions resemble those of the pyramid's Grand Gallery, 153 feet long and 26-foot tall corridor that leads to the burial chamber of Khufu, the pharaoh for whom the pyramid was built. However, it remains unclear what lies within the space, what purpose is it served, or if it's one of multiple spaces. The void is the first large inner structure discovered within the 4,500-year-old pyramid since the 1800s, a find made possible by recent advances in high-energy particle physics. The results were published in the journal Nature. This is definitely the discovery of the century, says archaeologist and Egyptologist Yukinori Kawe, a National Geographic emerging explorer. There have been many hypotheses about the pyramid, but no one even imagined such a big void is located above the Grand Gallery. Secret room found in the Grand Pyramid, thanks to the use of Muon radiography. Radiography, I have no idea what word that is, a technique that uses cosmic rays to detect cavities in massive structures. Scientists had discovered a large, previously unknown opening within the Great Pyramid of Khufu. The cavity has a cross-section similar to that to the Grand Gallery, the major corridor running through the pyramid, at least 100 feet long. Wow, this is crazy. Built to last, the findings mark the last in a millennial-long quest to understand the pyramid, the Great Pyramid of Giza, long an object of mystery and intrigue. The pyramid was built some 4,500 years ago during the 4th dynasty, ancient Egypt's Old Kingdom. At that time, Egypt was a powerful, highly centralized monarchy, wealthy from trade and Nile-nourished agriculture. The Great Pyramid, what is that? Oh my God, hang on. Hang on a second.
Will the Pornhub do a pop-up on you?
Yeah, this stupid thing just popped up on me, man. What is that crap? Get off of there.
It's a free month subscription to Pornhub, man. You should have clicked it.
Oh, awesome, dude. Yeah, stupid pop-up. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty interesting. That they have found a void up there. You know, and it's right directly above the. You know, what if they went up there? What if they found that it was another Grand Gallery and another burial? You know, what if they found that another coffer up there with nobody in it, dude? Would the whole theory of the tomb? And the thing is, okay, so inside the Great Pyramid, they have the King's Chamber and the Queen's Chamber. All right. Yet none of them have a body in it. And why would the King's tomb have the Queen's tomb in there at the same time? You know, how would they know when she was gonna die? Or, you know, like, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense, dude. But what if there's another one in there? Would that throw the whole tomb theory out of the window? Would that just you would get rid of it then, right? Then they'd have to say, okay, pyramids are not tombs. They're something else. You guys agree?
Yeah, well, you know, it's getting the evidence is building every year, man, that they're not a tomb. The only sign of use of tombs in a pyramid structure is like late 5th dynasty, man. And that's like you could see it. It's like a line, like it's the line between black and white, man, between the time that they would, you know, they had these great pyramids that are built in such a way that are, you know, they're older and they're longer lasting, and then these later dynasties building these pyramids that are crumbling apart today.
Right.
You know, but these ones have all the writings and everything and the things, you know, for burial. You know, I think they were trying to emulate something that they found in the middle of the Giza plateau, and they couldn't understand it. Like, who built all this? You know, these must have been from the gods. The gods must have built this. But meanwhile, it was a civilization that was destroyed thousands of years before. How many times have we been here? How many cycles have we been, you know?
Yeah.
4.6 billion years old, this planet, man.
I have to
that's
agree.
a lot.
I have to agree with that.
Yes.
In that when the later dynasty is the older dynasties could do far better. I mean, I think the pyramid one for one is a lot older than Khufu. There being no hieroglyphs on it anywhere. There's no magical inscriptions ensuring the king's safe passage into heaven. So that doesn't make any sense to begin with. First of all, right off the bat.
People argue back. Well, you take these Fifth Dynasty guys that have all these inscriptions and these burial pyramids and such, and on all these big carvings and murals and everything. They were in such awe of these original pyramids on Giza that they didn't dare carve their own shit into it later. You know what I'm saying? And lay claim to it. Like Khufu might have, you know what I mean? Like worshipped at that pyramid or whatever, but he didn't claim it. You know what I mean? Because like everything else, when he reigned, had his name all over it. You know what I mean? All these kings put their name on everything in the kingdom when they ruled, right? How come no kings ever carved their name into these great pyramids, even after, like, say, the original builder Khufu built it? Why didn't the kings after that put their names in it? No, because they were afraid of it.
What's interesting that none of them have, like, there are no Egypt's 96 pyramids. Not one of them has ever had a mummy found inside of it. So none of them have mummies. In fact, all pharaohs are found in the Valley of the Kings.
Yeah, they buried them in the side of a hill. That's where you find every single pharaoh to date. That's where, and then even just normal tombs for just higher up people, and relatives of the pharaoh, stuff like that. I mean, their tombs were still just underground or whatever, but they all contain their magical inscriptions and everything. And their sarcophagus, and that's another thing. The sarcophagus, the coffer or whatever inside the Great Pyramid does not match the stylings of what sarcophagi looked like during the Fourth Dynasty. All right, so they had a distinct look. All of the ones that came from the time of Khufu, they were all anthropomorphic. They all looked like people. So you would carve it out. It looked like it had its own head and it had its body, and then it would have writing all over it. And it would have a face carved into it and stuff. It wasn't a big solid stone granite box,
Well, they allegedly put that body shaped one into a larger square one, but not like the one you're describing in the King's Chamber. You're absolutely right on that. Totally
exactly.
Different.
It's completely different. And it's funny because whenever you find those style of coffers, or you come across ones like that are made out of solid granite and stuff, they're always so like mysterious. They don't actually know when they're from, like the Serapeum and the giant underground boxes there. They don't actually know when they date from or anything about them. Some of them do have hieroglyph script. They do have hieroglyphs on them. However, the hieroglyphs came at a much, much later date.
And very sloppy, they say. Very sloppy.
Live stream buffers forever. Hit the refresh button on it.
The other cool thing about the pyramids is the way that how when they first dug into them, they thought that they were going to get to these big chambers and find gold and all these artifacts and all this stuff that they were used to finding in tombs. And they get to these chambers, and they're these big chambers, and they're just empty with an altar.
Empty,
And then they're like, they couldn't believe it. They couldn't face it. So they start coming up with, someone must have already come in here and just cleaned the place out and covered their tracks. Yeah, like they couldn't accept it, that they get to the middle of that and there's nothing there. And just one last thing. When you think about the pyramids, think about what they looked like when they were like in their heyday, when they were first built. They didn't look like they do today. They were shining bright, like they would drop you to your knees. You would fall to your knees when you came.
Solid gold tops and everything.
Yeah, the pyramidal.
Well, see, that's just it, because you look at all the kings and everything from the Fifth Dynasty on, and they built their pyramids and everything. The kings in the Egyptian civilization, the pharaohs, they put their names on everything, man. They were like the ultimate marketers. You know, their names were on everything. Stories were on everything. They carved everything. They did it. But nobody out of all these generations of kings dared to put their names and shit on these original pyramids. Like Tom said, they were probably like, oh my God, like who, what? You know, like it was probably like
Intimidating.
civilization. Exactly. Like this civilization's built themselves in the shadow of this, you know, these ancient ruins, because they were ruins to them. Well, not ruins to them, but I mean, they were long since abandoned to them, of these great pyramids and stuff, you know, and
Face
they
like a
tried
bum.
to emulate it.
Yeah, face like a bum is saying the capstones are missing. He's talking about the pyramidals.
The Ben-Bens.
Or the Ben-Bens, you know, at the very top of the pyramids. Well, they're not in fact all missing. They still have a number of them. They still do exist. So but the Great Pyramid, you know, their capstones are missing. And you know, there's something that's also odd that a lot of people don't know. But you know, like the bent pyramid, I believe it is. Or no, not the bent pyramid, the red pyramid. If you go and you look up the side of the red pyramid, there's actually a pipe sticking out of the red pyramid. A lot of people don't know that, man. You know, but you have to actually be there to look up at it, you know. But there's like this little pipe. What the hell is that little pipe sticking out of the red pyramid? So I mean, there's so many weird things that, you know, go on for the pyramids. It's just to think that it's just a tomb that, you know, that all these people would put in. So now I heard that not only was it, you know, some slaves that did it, but I mean, it was a lot of people that got paid to do it. But I heard that there were people who came from all over to help build the pyramid, you know, like different, you know, from different neighboring nations and stuff to come over and build it or whatever. I don't know how true that is or whatever, but when you see like the pyramids from the sky, you know, when you're looking down on them, and there's one thing I always notice, that the causeway always tilts at like an angle. It always has like, I don't know, maybe like a 15-degree off point, you know, like off its axis or whatever. Like all the causeways go off to the side for some reason. Why the hell is that? How come they don't have the causeway going straight from the entrance to the pyramid straight to whatever the causeway goes to? You know, that doesn't seem to make any sense. They're always off, like angled off to the side. It just blows my mind, man. And then when you look at like Egypt from Google Earth, if you're using Google Earth, when you look over Egypt, you can find so many buried structures there. It's insane. Like you can't make them out from ground level, but from the sky, from satellites and stuff, they definitely make there's a differential in the ground that you can really make out from the sky that you can't see from down below. And you can see that, man, there are tons of structures everywhere under the Giza Plateau and all under Egypt. And I mean, you know, a lot of things, and I think that one of the worst parts is that in Cairo, it is illegal to dig anywhere. Okay, you can't dig anywhere in Cairo. And people are like, well, you have to go out to the Giza Plateau if you want to find any other cool archaeological sites that they never, you know, that have been missing
people
for years.
Dig out their
imagine
basements.
Imagine what's under Cairo, in their basements, below that. People get in trouble.
People have done that. People do that.
They get in trouble for it though.
Yeah, but they do it.
You know, but they get in trouble for it. It's illegal, man. And it's usually just a small little area. But if you were to go all around throughout Cairo, I bet you there's so much cool stuff under that city that, I mean, it would just blow our minds.
They're constantly finding things. They found a statue like a couple of months ago. I remember that being all over it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm a firm believer that the Egyptian civilization, the pharaohs and all that, stumbled across that plateau, and that whole civilization was modeled after that. They were, you know what I mean? They were like I don't know, like in awe of it. And I think they modeled their whole civilization after it. I'm a firm believer, man, that the human race has come and bottlenecked out several times over. You know
absolutely,
I mean? We've like I said, 4.6 billion years, man. That's 4,600 million years. You know, that's fucking crazy, man. That's an amazing amount of time. So
now that pipe that you said that, I'm sorry to cut you off, Shill.
Go ahead, Jack.
go ahead.
That pipe that you were talking about, what angle is that pipe?
That pipe is coming out at like a 45-degree angle from the side of the pyramid.
Okay, so what? So just throwing this out, what would you say if I said that maybe they were like astronomies and they were the astronomers and they were looking through the pipe at the stars?
Yeah, no, that's not a bad idea. I mean, like, or you know how they have the shafts on the Great Pyramid,
or trying to drill into it.
If they have those shafts like on the Great Pyramid, perhaps it's like the same. Perhaps it's like the same thing.
Or trying to bore into it to see where the center is, so they can break into it. You know, maybe 1,000 years ago or so, or 2,000 years ago, maybe some guys drilled into it.
Like where this pipe is that comes out of the Red Pyramid, I would totally discount that as being a possibility, simply because you were so high up there and so dangerous. I mean,
you could drill. You could drill anywhere you want, man.
Well, yeah, no, of course you can.
Yeah.
You know, but like it seems like rather pointless to do it up where they are at. I mean, it's so high up there. You know, if you were to fall, you would definitely die, and it'd be a lot of construction just to go up there. You know, like a much lower point. You know,
I bet. But at some point, that pipe's got to get in there, right?
You know, I mean, like I think, it could be more like for, you know, if it would make sense. You know, like possibly for star viewing or whatever. If you were to line up the stars at that exact time and date or whatever. Go ahead.
I don't think they had the metallurgy for that at that time period, because that's a 5th dynasty pyramid.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They did have the metals for it. For all we know, it's it could be copper. For all we know, a copper and tin alloy.
Because I'll tell you why I came up with that theory is because all the sarcophaguses that they found, they all resemble, no matter where the pyramid is, no matter what country or whatever, they all resemble the cryogenic sleep chambers. Every single one of them.
Yeah.
So if they're going to do that and they're going to try to design something that they think that maybe, well, the gods came down and they had these sleep chambers and of course they didn't know what they were, but my point is that they tried to redesign that thinking that pharaohs or whoever were going to come back to life like the gods did.
Yeah. Kind of like
and maybe looking at the
Stargate.
And looking up through that shaft, maybe that's where the position at one point, particular time and during the night, it looks right at that planet where the gods came from.
And see, I actually kind of like that theory. It does remind me of Stargate, and but I think the guys who actually wrote Stargate were actually really into ancient astronaut theory and stuff, and so I think they put like their own like kind of beliefs into that or whatever. But because it does sound like really reminiscent of it, but it does seem like it could possibly be the case. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I agree with Jax. I think that could be a cool, that could definitely be a possibility.
Shell, what do you think?
I don't know.
Well, let me check the comments here on
I'd have to see what it looks like. Yeah.
On
about it myself, but it could have something to do with
like I visited the ziggurat in Iraq.
Hang on, Sergeant. Jack was talking on.
No, I was just gonna say they have detected a lot of I know it's kind of out of the way, but they have detected a lot of magnetic anomalies around a lot of these pyramidal structures. Just throwing that out there. I mean, that might be just total bullshit, but you can't discount it completely.
No, and that's interesting that they do have like the pyramid does face like the 4 cardinal directions. You know, it does face like almost perfectly north, east, south, and west. You know.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sarge. Sarge, were you going to say something?
I forgot what I was going to say.
That's okay.
I'm sorry, Sarge.
That's okay. Anyway, let me go over the comments on YouTube and see where we're at. Okay, we got Alex telling Sean to shut up. Face like a bum saying he needs to do more research. Phil M is saying look to Africa. What's going on, Phil M? How you doing, buddy? Arthur is saying you guys are on point with the show tonight. Props, Kyle. You're on point, brother. Thank you, Arthur. I appreciate it. Face like a bum says if there's a pipe from outside going in, then there have had to be living, not dead, while in them. And it makes sense. That kind of goes along with what Jax is saying, that they could be using it as some kind of astronomical observatory at one time. That is also, you know, saying that, you know, at one time you could see from, you know, a center room looking out into it. But as the case, then it would make sense. Phil M was saying it was to pour acid and face like a bum saying and an air duct. The acid and water were produced a reaction. So he's talking. Phil M is talking about the theory that
Power plant theory.
Yeah, the power plant theory. What's his name?
Christopher Dunn.
Christopher Dunn. Yeah, Christopher Dunn. That's what he's talking about. You know, which I really like that theory. I think it's interesting. Worst YouTube live stream, chat reception, reboot, refresh, even updated Google and YouTube apps still buffering. I clicked UFO Planet, John Millington's alien live stream with UFOs. No problem. Why?
Drop down your image quality.
Just try. Yeah, you know, lower your image quality down or something. Just try hitting a. There have been issues, Heather, especially on phones. The Stargate leads to somewhere over the rainbow, stairway to heaven. It's funny. YouTube, okay, on Android tablet here in London. All right, so anyway, and
I'm doing this via
love Stargate. Yes, me too.
What's your opinion on the rumors of Stargates found in Iraq?
Oh, total BS, dude. It's completely BS, dude.
I've been to the ziggurats.
Yeah, you know, and
I've been there.
Where did you go? Did you find a Stargate inside?
No, I didn't see a Stargate inside. But
exactly.
I've been there.
You know, that's
yeah.
awesome,
I was there in 2009.
Oh, see. So, but you didn't smuggle any giants through a Stargate, right?
No.
All right.
No.
See,
I mean, promise.
I hate it when they make up those stories, dude. You know, they're just so ridiculous, man. It's just like, really, dude. You know, like
I was there in 2010 too.
Saddam Hussein's secret weapon was a Stargate hidden in a ziggurat area that he just decided not to use, and he's like, I'm just gonna let myself get hanged instead.
But he did want to rebuild the Tower of Babel.
You know,
he did. He did want to do that.
I'm not sure the Tower of Babel actually existed in Sumeria. You know, I think like I mean, the Tower of Babel could have been built anywhere. It was in a in where they named it in the Bible. It was oh God.
I'm gonna tell you though, one good thing, man, is I've been able to like travel along and cross both the Tigris and the Euphrates, man. You know, I've been in like the cradle of civilization, you know, the alleged cradle of civilization.
Alleged.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But like I've been, you know, I've been there, man. I've had my feet on the ground there, you know. And it's awesome, it's kind of cool, man, when you really think about it, you know. It really is. Like, and there's a certain kind of feeling you get. Like even when I was in like northern Kuwait, you know, coming back home and stuff, you know, we like tear down in Kuwait. You know, it's just a certain feeling, man, in the air, you know. It's like, you know, the place is so old, you know, everything is so old, you know. Like even when I go visit these small villages in Iraq and stuff, I mean, it's just so old, man. These people are living like they've lived for thousands of years, man, in some places. You know what I mean? They build the houses the same way, you know, out of like, you know, clay and mud and stuff. And it's crazy.
What's really crazy, I think, is is Petra, and how similar it is to Turkey. And you know, and people always seem to forget that, you know, these like buildings that they built there are so insanely impossible. And they say that, you know, oh, they're tombs, except these tombs are just open to the air just because they have like little cut-ins that could technically fit a body. They're like, yeah, it's obviously a tomb. It's like, what tomb just has an open door where any animal could just come in and scavenge the body? They're like, oh God, Uncle Jim's being dragged away by coyotes. We should have made a door, you know? Like, I mean, it's the most ridiculous thing. I think everything is always a freaking tomb or a temple with these guys, dude. That's like that's their go-to weapon, man. It's always a tomb or a temple.
Be better off just stacking a bunch of heavy rocks.
I would bore you with the details. Yes, you probably would, but go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Tom.
Well, that wasn't me. That was Jack.
Was that Jack? Jack, go ahead, buddy.
Yeah. No, I was just saying, if you're going to do that, you might as well just take a bunch of big, heavy.
What did he say? He cut out on us. Jack was cut out. Oh man.
He was saying something like, blah, 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 I really want a sausage, blah, 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 something.
You got Jack.
I don't understand the stupid sausage reference joke, dude. I don't get it. I don't think
then you definitely wouldn't get the guinea pig one.
No, not at all, man.
Oh,
check this out. I don't know if
he
you guys
doesn't get the guinea pig.
Do you guys see this?
He doesn't get the guinee pig, Jack.
Is that cool or what, dude? So when you
He
work
doesn't get
on
the
stuff,
guinea pig.
you sit there and you got total light for it. Is that cool or what, man? How fucking awesome is that, dude? I love this thing, dude.
You should wear that when you go out in public.
I wear this all the time. I'm gonna keep this on forever, dude.
You could be the guinea pig.
For sure, then.
The guinea pig.
Guinea pig for sure, then. Yeah.
Speaking of Stargates, I saw something funny about Stargates.
What's that, buddy?
I saw there's this guy named Grant Cameron, and he says that he's like an expert on government disinformation. And he was given this interview about how the three, Stephen Greer thinks all the aliens are good. Corey Good thinks all the aliens are good and bad, and the Blink 182 guy or whatever his name is there, he thinks they're all evil and we got to kill them all. Yeah, and I was like, yeah, I totally agree with you, dude. And then all of a sudden he goes, but I'll tell you what is real. Those Stargates, those portals. Obama went through one, and I'm like, oh, and I like watched this guy for like an hour. And it just makes me laugh because it doesn't seem to matter who it is. Eventually, they always come to something insane, like some crazy thing. As rational as they seem like they are, all of a sudden they believe in something ridiculous.
It always seems to happen, dude. And someone's like, oh, in this world of ufology and all the people we know on YouTube and stuff, man, it's like you always find someone who's, they're like, they can be like, oh yeah, they're totally smart, they seem like they're down to earth guys, and then there's always one thing that they're like, oh yeah, dude, the moon matrix is completely real, dude. It's just like
leprechauns run the government.
Always something, dude. There's always one thing that just sets them off on the path of stupidity, dude. Face Like Obama saying, maybe do a show on the symbology of the world. It's not UFO, but it's relevant. Maybe. What's going on, James? How you doing, buddy? But yeah, what time is it? Is Heather Locklear fucking Renee Cruz? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, dude. That's funny, dude. Anyway, so like I said, we're gonna start doing the lives at I guess, I don't know, maybe 9:30 is probably too late. I don't know. How was it too late, you guys? What do you think when I started? because I'd have to go and pick her up at like 9 and see. I have to wait for her and then get back. I mean, was it too late tonight or?
It was
don't mind
midnight
it.
my time.
It was midnight
Yes.
my time too. I was all set.
Yeah, I mean,
12:30 here, midnight, I guess.
All right.
on a weekend, it ain't no big deal.
So
like, you know, but during the
Yeah.
week, it might be a little tougher on the East Coast. But, you know, yeah, we're dedicated. We'll do it.
All right. Okay. So then I'm gonna try that, or maybe like on the I don't know. I'll have to figure it out, man, because that kind of sucks that her schedule got changed like that. So we'll work something out. And I got a video. I'm gonna get off of here now, you guys, but I have a video coming out that is actually, it's uploaded, it's all done. And so as soon as I get off here, I'm gonna hit publish and that video will be up. So make sure you guys go and check it out. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button and go to my homepage and hit the notifications button so you can guarantee that you get notifications, because YouTube is censoring my ass because they suck. They don't want anyone cool on here, apparently. And share the videos, hit the like button and all that good stuff. Also, you can pick up your very own UFO proof mugs or other kick-ass UFO proof gear like this badass zipper sweater at Teespring. The link is in the description. Support me on Patreon, whatever else crap that I have to say at the end, all the good stuff I always have to say. Anyway, I will see you guys next time, everyone. UFO proof out. Oh, don't forget, the video is getting ready to come out as soon as I hang up here. As soon as I get off, I'm hitting publish. Video's coming out. Make sure you go.
I don't fucking
and check
care.
It out. Oh, you don't fucking care,
Fuck your video. Fuck your video.
Yeah, that's right, dude. Oh, look who just got booted the fuck out.
He bounced on us. All right.
Yep. All right, you guys. I'll see you guys later. All right.
Yeah, fellas, be good.
All right, bye, you guys. It's also live. So I think that's really interesting because there's a lot of parallels you can draw with modern day ufology and reports of UFOs and some of our beliefs in that the crafts themselves could be alive or could be symbiotes with their pilot. So like one guy said on the Serious Disclosure, which he wasn't a big part of or anything, thank God, but he was the only guy I seemed to believe on there, where he said that the craft was like it was like the alien's arm, that you could pilot the craft as easy as you move your arm. That's how like the craft and the pilot were connected somehow. So the craft was a part of him. So it would just move as easily as you move any of your other limbs or whatever, because it was basically a part of the pilot, which I always thought was really interesting. And then because what's going on, Jack the Stripper? How you doing, brother? There we go.
Oh, there you go.
What are you using today? What, you're not on your Samsung, are you?
Galaxy 8 Plus, that's all I have right now, Bo.
That's what you're on? Why does your camera look all weird, man?
I don't know. I'm in a hotel room.
Oh, that's so weird.
Been a stressful day.
Yeah, before your camera looked so super clear and the mic was so super clear, and now it looks all like well, bad resolution and stuff. But it's more likely it's probably just because of YouTube and Hangouts themselves.
Well, I have dropped it a couple times. I won't lie, but it's got an outer box.
Oh, it's inside the OtterBox right now?
Yeah, I mean, I keep it. Yeah, when I bought the outer box with it, and it just pretty much stays in it. I may need to clean the lens off. To be honest, that may be a reason the camera's not that great. But
it seems like it's the resolution, man. Like you're just getting a bad signal, So maybe
could be.
Maybe if you take it out of the let me see here. All right, Mark, talk to you later, brother. So I have a video uploading to YouTube right now. So I might have some problems with the computer if I just disappear and it just shuts down. Well, you guys know the deal. So crap sucks. So I don't know why that's been happening to me lately, but it's just been shutting down for no reason. Just, you know, totally cutting out. And like literally my computer is restarting. It starts, it's like, oh, well, we ran into an error and it has to restart and count. And I'm just like, what's going on with all that crap? So I put a thumbs up, no haters here. Awesome. You'll have to forgive me. I've been doing ham radio training all damn day. That's cool, man. All right, Mark, talk to you later, brother. Ham radio training, that's interesting. Can't hear you, pal, so I'm out for now. Catch you on the flip side, fella. Try turning up your volume, brother. See if that helps. Everyone else seems to be hearing it. All right, Warren, we'll talk to you later, brother. What up, Jax? What's going on, buddy? Here's the link for you guys. I know they say that that you guys can't scroll back up and see the link or something after so long. I forget how that works, man, or whatever, but asking me to post the link again. I'm like, why? I already posted it when I first started. And they're like, well, you can't go back up for some reason, so you have to like constantly keep posting it. So I mean, it kind of sucks, but what are you gonna do? Anyway, so when it comes to like Vimana and other ancient craft or whatever, you know, ancient flying devices, I think a lot of people don't really realize that in like the Mahabharata and the Ramayana and stuff like that, when they talk about Vimana, there's these interesting parallels with UFOs, because the Vimana isn't like just a flying palace per se. It's also a living entity. You know, it's also. What's up, you guys? UFO Proof here. Well, we started at our new time today. We decided to go at 9, start at like 9 o'clock, or whenever my girl gets off work, because I have to go and pick her up. So, you know, be between like 9 and or whatever. So, but the link, I will put the link in the comment section on YouTube, and we're going to be discussing Vimanas and other chariots of the gods. So any kind of references to UFOs in ancient scripts and ancient texts, you know, like in especially in India, in the Mahabharata or the Ramayana or the Puranas or the Bhagavad Gita, perhaps, you know, Sumeria and the Vinidad. Let me put the link in the comment section real quick. So if you guys want to chime in on that discussion and you have Google Hangouts, simply come and click on the link next to my name, UFO Proof. What up, Sergeant Shill? What up, Smooth Virus? What up, Paul? What's going on, you guys? Oh, it looks, I already got a hater on here, dude. I love it, dude, because the haters are subscribed to me, dude. That's what my favorite thing about it is. That is so funny, dude. What up, Warren? No volume. Really, you guys can't hear me? What's going on, Jax? Looks like I got sound. Do I have sound, you guys? What's going on, Mark? How we doing? What up, Kane 80? Doing good? You good? All right, that's what I thought. You hear me fine, Smooth Iris? All right, awesome. Oh, good deal. So I figured we would discuss Vimanas and redo 5x5. What is that? 5x5? I have no idea what that means. It's all good. It's fine. All right. Excellent, Jax. All right. So the link is up there if you guys want to join, or if not, you can just sit back and listen to me yammer away. Oh, now you're starting to get clearer. You see, now your picture looks really clear, man. And it's funny, dude, because like to me, when I'm watching this, I look crystal clear. Like my camera is like the best camera you can get for live streaming on YouTube, you know. And it's both recommended by, you know, people who do Twitch and YouTube for gaming and everything, that this exact camera is like the best one you can get. And it looks perfect to me. But when the video gets produced on YouTube, my camera looks like crap, dude. It's crazy, man. What's going on, Tom? How you doing? DJ Fruit Loops, doing good? Thank you for the thumbs up. Appreciate it. But anyway, I want to get back into this discussion on Vimanas. So, like a lot of people don't know that, but the Vimana is also like a living thing. It's like a being. Like a lot of times, it'll be like a mix between like an animal and a machine. So it'll be like a mix between like an eagle and a lion, and then like a machine, like a palace, and it's really weird, man. But it's not just a flying craft, but it's also in fact alive. And I think that's interesting that it draws that same kind of parallel with the modern day UFOs, which some people say are in fact alive, and you know that's the UFO itself is in fact alien. Excuse me. Yes, hybrids, Don John. What do you think, Jack?
Were the Vimanas, doesn't that really come from like India and the Hindu people?
Yes.
Okay, I thought that's what it was. I'm kind of limited on my knowledge on it, but I have studied it a small amount.
So I think it's a really interesting subject. Well, hang on one second. DJ Fruit Loops saying, "Hi, doing good. Just woke up." Oh, awesome, brother. Thank you for joining us. You know, you just woke up. Sergeant Shill saying, "I woke up a little bit earlier, been sick all day, and it's my daughter's B-day." Oh, it's your daughter's B-day. Well, tell her I said happy birthday. What's your daughter's name? I'll say happy birthday to her. Oh, I don't know if she should be watching this, but just in case, I'll just say happy birthday. That's awesome. Yes, my little Scorpio.
Scorpio. That's what my mother was. Excuse me, I didn't mean to bust the internet.
No, your otherwise, or it could just be Google Hangouts and YouTube, you know. Smooth Virus, too tired after sitting through training since 4 p.m. today. So I'll catch you guys later. Have fun. Have fun, brother. We'll talk to you later, Smooth Virus. Obama phone, camera action. Yeah, right. What's going on, Don John? How you doing, brother? Did you hear, Paul is saying, did you hear that crazy story about U.S. soldiers being attacked by a Vimana in a cave or something? Yes, there's a completely made up story by that one channel, UFO Mania. They just make up the most ridiculous stories. And UFO Mania is just like the American version of Igor Kran, where they just completely just take anything and just add the most wildest story they can think of to it, you know? What's going on? What's going on, Tony? Doing good? They're saying Don John's saying he has a Red Cross camera. He has a really good. Actually, Jack has a really, really good camera. He's got the Galaxy S8, the S8 Plus, right? Yeah, that's like the one of the best camera on the market right now, dude. Screw an iPhone 10 or iPhone X or whatever, dude. That thing's a joke. But yeah, dude, that's just like one of the best phones on the market. So this camera's great. I think it's just the resolution from going in through YouTube and Google Hangout. So
to be frank, yeah, I can agree with the YouTube, and I can hear the delay. But it's the internet that I'm running off the Wi-Fi right now. It is probably pretty shitty. So just to be frank.
You're in a hotel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got to re-up. I'm going to get my card out here in a little bit and get my data re-up. But this motel's got a sketchy link, like as far as their internet. So yeah, I can hear myself coming back through your right now. Like,
oh man.
Yeah. So
yeah,
it's probably a little bit of both. But YouTube does suck. I do better. I do better through the Hangouts, the Google Hangouts, but YouTube, it just does this, whine, and
Oh, yeah.
it's so aggravating.